Hello, my name is Mario Guerrero, and I'm the Program Manager of CASA El Dorado in South Lake Tahoe. Today, we wanted to thank the Tahoe Women's Fund for their continued support of our program and our mission. With that in mind, we wanted to take a few moments to share our experiences in the words of our advocates.
Hi, my name is Susan Ward. I've been at CASA for about 17 years. I was a teacher at one time, and I had a student come into my class one day with a unexplained severe injury to his ear, which prompted a call to Child Protective Services. My instincts were right. It was a result of abuse. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, when the child left, became part of the system, I no longer had any contact with him, never saw him again. I can only hope that he went on to have a more positive, hopeful outcome. But it left me with the feeling that there was something more that I could be doing to help children in our community. And that brought me to become a CASA, which has really given me the feeling that I can advocate for children, be a voice for them, listen, and just be on their side. There's a lot of children in our community who need that.
Thank you, Susan, and we hope that young man got the help he deserves. With that in mind, I was curious if you guys have experienced any inspirational moments while serving your CASA youth.
I had on my very first case, it kind of came back to me through the grapevine that a few days after I had done a home visit with my CASA youth's family, that the father actually had gone and mentioned to a coworker on a job site that he, had really felt heard, that he was so grateful that somebody had come into the home and listened to what was going on and was interested in helping his child with some of the issues they were having. And it was just so surprising to me that that had been something that they had thought worth mentioning to somebody else, that me being in their home had made a difference. So that was pretty inspiring.
Thanks, Amelia. That's an inspirational story, and I'm happy to hear you're making a difference in the life of your CASA child and their family. I know for us, as volunteers, we often collaborate with different agencies and organizations throughout the basins to best serve our children. With that in mind, I'm curious if there's any organizations you guys greatly enjoy working with, and if so, why?
I have found it really invaluable working with Sierra Child and Family Services. We meet monthly when I have a case that they're involved in, and it's what is called a child family team meeting, where anyone who's involved in the case comes together, from the child, the therapist, the attorney, RAP workers, CPS, and myself. And we all sit around a table, have an equal voice, and I find it really, really invaluable. One thing that I really appreciate is that my comments are valued. I'm often able to share things that perhaps a child, social worker, a teacher, an attorney for sure, isn't always aware of that the child is going through or is concerned about. And I always have ample opportunity to share that. And so I find that collaboration really invaluable and very, very helpful.
Thank you, Susan.
I agree with Susan on Sierra Child and Family Services. They're wonderful, and we have a lot of wonderful agencies and people in our community that have really helped out and collaborated with CASAs. Just wanted to mention Live Violence Free, because I did see one of my families, the father was in anger management. The mom was doing some counseling there, had some services. The kids, I would bring them to art therapy and different classes and programs there. And I just really appreciated how they, even with their confidentiality, they were able to work with me and see what the kids needed, families needed, and provide it.
Thank you guys for sharing. We definitely have some amazing organizations to collaborate with here in South Lake Tahoe. The last question I have is if someone is considering becoming a CASA volunteer, what advice or thoughts would you share with them?
Yeah, I got some great advice from someone who'd been at CASA for a long time when I was considering signing up, and I had a lot of concerns about my schedule and if I would be able to do a good job and be there in the way I needed to be there. And he basically told me to stop overthinking it, and that there are kids in need, and that the list of kids in need is much longer than those currently able to support them. So even if I can't give 100% every day, that it's still so much better than nothing. And that really helped me kind of get over that initial fear. And I'm so glad I did. I think my advice now would be to just dive in, and that it really does teach you, I think, a lot, not only about how you can serve, but about yourself. And sometimes I feel like I get a lot of free counseling from our CASA supervisor out of it, which is, an added bonus.
Thank you guys for joining us and learning a little bit about our program. And a special thanks to the Tahoe Women's Fund for your continued support of our program and our mission.